Today, let's start working on our Easter table setting. I have a couple ideas in mind, but I haven't actually created the final Easter table setting. I thought it might be kind of fun to walk through my thought process with you and the ideas I have at the beginning, and then where I end up. So if you haven't been here before, I'm Nicole with Adorn the Table, and I love to do everything with table setting, tablescapes, and anything that has to do with adorning the table. To start any table setting, I always need a source of inspiration, and that's the same with this Easter table setting. I need a place to work off of, either a color, a theme, a design element, and with my Easter table setting, I knew I wanted to use, I found this moss table runner at World Market last season. It was on clearance. It was a price that I could not pass up. I have not had one of these yet. I know you've seen them in stores, and I'm sure they're out again and definitely online, and I will find a link and I'll put it down below for you. But this table runner is my inspiration for my spring table setting. So I'm going to use this and then build off of it. Now, if you have not yet watched my spring trends video, you definitely need to go and look at it quickly, because you'll notice in there that this olive green color is on trend for spring this year. So not only is this perfect for a spring table runner, but it's also the right color. With the color in mind of my table runner, I decided I needed to shop my home first. See what I have that would match this moss green color. I found two things. The first thing I found were these really cute cups. And they're antique, but there's so much glassware out right now that's being sold in this color, and look how cute those two look together. The other thing I have is this green handled flatware, and that is just a perfect match as well. So I'm probably, well, most likely going to be using the flatware. I'm not too sure yet about the glassware, but I at least have started shopping my home, which is what I always suggest you do, to see what you have first that goes with your inspiration piece. One thing I do know is that I want a table covering for my Easter table. The table runner being olive green, I have a medium wood colored table, and I think it's going to look too dark on my table for a spring Easter table. I want something that's got some color and a little bit more life to it. Not quite as muted. So I ran over to Target, and you might have seen these things if you watched my spring trends video, but I went back to Target and I picked up this tablecloth. This floral tablecloth has all of the springtime colors. So you're gonna see the pink, there's a terracotta orange in here, and then there's the chambray blue. But look how cute this looks with the moss table runner. Isn't that adorable together? Now, the other thing too that Target had were these really cute pink napkins that I think look fabulous with this tablecloth. So if we take the napkins, the tablecloth, and let me bring that runner back up, wouldn't this be a really cute table setting? So this is idea number one. I mentioned I had two ideas. So my second idea came from the dollar spot at Target, and it's this terracotta throw. Throws are great table coverings because you can put them on the diagonal, and this one is super, super thin, and it's got some fringe on it as well. I just think it'd be really cute as a tablecloth, a table covering for an Easter table. I also think this terracotta orange would look great next to the olive green. Now, the only thing though is that this is a solid color, and I really wanted to bring a print in. So walking around Target, I found these napkins, and if you can see here, they have a stripe of that terracotta orange that matches this throw perfectly. It also has a olive green stripe. So if we take the throw, the napkin, and then we go back and we take the runner, that's my second option. So I've got what I think are two really cute ideas for table coverings for my Easter table. I just have to decide which one I'm going to go with. So the other thing I wanted to shop my home for was a centerpiece. I do not want to go buy a whole brand new centerpiece for my Easter table setting. I want to shop around my house, see what I have that I can use, and then decide if I need to go buy anything else to complete my centerpiece. So with Easter, we usually do just a family sit-down dinner, and that means that all of our food dishes are in the middle of our table. So when I create a centerpiece, it needs to be able to easily move off of my table. I need to be able to pick it up and move it someplace else. And with that in mind, I came up with 3 different ideas that I could use as the base for my centerpiece. So the very first one is this white metal basket, and I think it's super cute because it's got these handles, and I like how the paint's chipping off on it. To me, it has a very Eastery kind of feel to it, and I think it'd be really cute in the middle of my table on my table runner. I could fill it with stuff, and I could definitely work with the overall look of it. I'm not too sure on this one though because of the stark white color. The tablecloth that I might go with, option 1, is cream. So this might be a bit of a stark contrast, kind of the same idea when you think of that terracotta orange. And then putting it on the olive runner would all be cute, but it might not be quite the look I'm wanting and going for. But I'm going to take a look at it. Option 1. Now, second option is I have this chicken wire basket, which I think is so cute. I love this look, and it's got handles as well, so I could fill it with stuff. I could then take and move it off of the table, and it would look good with the tablecloth, the throw, and the runner that I found. So option number 2. And then the third option I came up with is this dough bowl that I have. And my dough bowl is a long, skinny one, which I love on my table because it doesn't take up this enormous amount of space, but I can obviously easily just pick it up and move it. So I think this would look really good with the color of it against the olive runner that I have. I think that those colors would look really good together, along with either the tablecloth or the runner that I found. So 3 different options. Not too sure which one I'm going to go with yet, but you can kind of see where my thought process is coming from and where I'm going to. I've got 2 different ideas for my table linens and the base of my table setting. And now I'm working off of 3 different ideas for this centerpiece. And then I'm going to build from there. So which idea do you think I should use? Should I go with the floral tablecloth, or should I go with the terracotta throw? Do you have a preference? I don't know which one yet, so I need to go have some fun, play with these 2 table covering ideas, and then mix them up with my 3 centerpiece base concepts and see which combination I like best. And then from there, I'll come up with my final Easter table setting idea. So now that I'm in my dining room and I kind of want to play, I want to get that visual look as to my ideas. I am not one of those people who can actually see it in my mind and know what I want to do. I actually need to physically, visually see it. So I've got the table runner on my table, and I think you can kind of already see how I'm not going to do just the table runner on my bare wood table. It just doesn't have that bright springy look. So I am going to put each of the table coverings I'm thinking of right next to my table runner. That way I can physically see what they would look like. And I'm putting them next to each other so that way I can really have that side-by-side comparison. Centerpiece based ideas I have one by one to get an idea of how they would look on the table with either one of those table coverings. So I'm beginning to kind of get a visual idea of what I like and what I think might work for the ideas I have for this Easter table setting. But next I actually want to take a plate and put it right between the two table coverings so that I can see what the plate would look like next to the tablecloth or next to the throw. Now I want to actually take the napkins and put them out as well. So it gives me another layer of visual to be able to decide which one I think might work with the ideas I've got going on. I know some of you might be wondering, why am I not doing the striped one with the floral? Because I do like mixing patterns, but I don't know, it's not quite the look I'm going for, and I feel that they have two different feelings with them. That floral pattern and the stripe pattern, the styles don't quite work cohesively for me. And then to kind of just round out my overall ideas, I'm going to put that glassware and the flatware I was thinking of on the plate. So again, I can kind of see what it would look like with either option 1 or option 2. Now that I have everything on my table, I have a clear idea as to what I like and what I don't like and what I'm going to be using in creating my Easter table setting. This also gives you a bit of an idea and shows you how I go through my process. How I start with an inspiration piece, I come up with a couple ideas, and I actually put them out visually in front of me. I need to be able to see them and play with them to make that determination. I decided to go with the floral tablecloth, as you can see, and I love it. It just screams spring to me, and it's perfect for an Easter table setting. I did switch up the idea I had though for my place setting, so let me share that with you first. I stayed with the scalloped edged white plate that I had originally picked because I just love the delicate and softness of it. I think it's perfect for an Easter table. However, instead of the green dessert bowl, I decided to go with a transparent pink glass salad plate. I was gifted these from a neighbor and I absolutely love them. They look so good on this table and they pick up that pink that's in the tablecloth. Then I added these robin's egg blue dessert plates, which pick up the blue flowers in the tablecloth as well. And I love the layered look. Next, I added the pink napkin from Target and I put that on the left. And then I added the green handled flatware. So don't forget, knife and spoon on the right and fork on the left. Then to complete my place settings, I added 2 glasses. One can be used for either water, lemonade, or iced tea, and the second one I thought would be perfect for juice. We typically have lunch or brunch, and I thought both of these glasses would be perfect for our Easter meal. For my centerpiece, I decided to go with my dough bowl. I love the length of it and how it will end up looking in the middle of my table. I also love the color of this wood and how it complements the other colors that I have in the place settings and on the tablecloth. And then third, the fact that I will be able to pick it up and then easily move it to my buffet table behind me and then put the food dishes in the middle of the table so we can serve ourselves. But for now, I'm going to take and put it in the middle of my moss table runner to start creating my centerpiece. So the first thing I'm going to put in my dough bowl are these really cute hyacinths. And I got these at Trader Joe's and they came as a bundle, and I took each stalk and put it in its own jar, and then I wrapped it with some really cute paper. I'm going to show you in a minute how I did that, but I needed to make sure my dough bowl is very narrow, so I needed to make sure what I put in it is going to sit up and be able to lay flat. So that's why I needed these to be small. To create my cute little flower pots, the first thing I'm doing is I am starting with a votive candle holder, and I've already put some floral foam inside of it.
Then I'm going to take, this happens to be wrapping paper. It is perfectly matching that terracotta orange. Just lucky that I had this in my wrapping paper stash. So I'm going to take this paper and I actually want to create a square of it. I don't want it this rectangular shape. So I'm going to do a quick cut to make a square. Then I'm going to take and put my votive candle holder in the middle of my paper. I'm going to bring the ends up, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other two ends. And I'm going to bunch it around the base of my votive holder. Now, wrapping paper is pretty slippery, and I want to make sure this stays in place. So what I found was a great trick after I get all of the paper just how I want it is I'm going to take a rubber band and I'm going to take and slide that up around the wrapping paper and my votive candle holder. So this is going to keep that paper in place and give us that super cute look that we want with the paper. However, I don't really like the idea or the look of the rubber band. So I have some very cute raffia and I'm going to wrap that around where the rubber band is to hide it. And then I'm going to take and tie it in place. Like so. Isn't that cute? And easy. And notice you can't see the rubber band. It's hidden pretty well. So now I can actually take and put my flower stem in the middle of my flower foam, keep it wet, and it will keep it nice for my centerpiece. All I need to do is take and push it right into the middle of the floral foam, like so. Let me see if you can see that. Isn't that cute? And then if I want, I can take and put some moss right here in the middle to hide that floral foam. So that's how I make my super cute pots. There we go. Now you can see it. And now to continue lining the dough bowl with the flowers. And now to fill in the spots between the flower pots, I have some moss that I've gotten from our Dollar Tree store, and I'm just going to fill that in so you can't see the wood as much, and it's also going to provide a base for my next step. Now with all the moss in between my flower pots, I want to add color in there and a little bit more visual interest. So I have some really pretty dyed solo wood flowers, and I also have a variety of Easter eggs, and mine are a natural wood, a white, and a light pink. So most of the color is going to be coming from the flowers, but I'm going to use these to add some more visual interest and those pops of color into my centerpiece. Now with the Easter eggs and the flowers added to the centerpiece, I think it looks adorable. And I love the fact that it's all contained so I can easily pick up the centerpiece and move it off of the table. At the same time though, if I wanted to leave it, it's great because it has some good visual interest. It's got the varying heights to it and the different color and sizes of the components that are in it. So it's going to be visually attractive on my table whether I leave it or I take it off. I think it's a perfect, pretty simple Easter table centerpiece. What do you think of my pretty easy Easter table setting? Let me know in the comments down below or give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Have a wonderful time at your gathering with your friends and family. Until next time, bye.